How we doing, everybody, and welcome back to the Catalyst, where we break down all things bullish in the crypto markets. Today we're going to go over just kind of a Bitcoin evaluation and market evaluation. We are starting with Plan B's stock to flow model. If you don't already follow him, that is like an absolute must if you're interested in crypto whatsoever. So he is at 100 trillion USD on Twitter, and he does all of this amazing charting, and his accuracy is like unparalleled. So in this tweet, he is calling for 98K by the end of November and 135 by the end of December. He's saying all of that is still in play based off of his model here. So you can see we have the stock to flow model, which is the white line. The stock to flow multiple, which is the dots, and the Bitcoin price color is equal to the distance to the all-time high. Red is the all-time high, blue is far from it. So you can see as we go into bear markets, we separate from all-time high at blue, and we go up with red. So what I want to do now is just kind of evaluate the things that would have to play out for us to do that. So we would need approximately about a 50% run up over the next 16 days, I believe, in order to achieve this goal of somewhere in the mid 90s or late 90s even for Bitcoin. So let's take a look at the charts here. So this is just Bitcoin dominance alone. You can see we have cooled down significantly from our last major run up at the end of October. We hit the bottom. This is when the alt started running. We peaked again a bit at the beginning of the month in November, and we've settled down and we're back ready to go. What we see here also, though, is we're about to have a golden cross within the next day or two that is going to drive Bitcoin dominance up a bit. This cycle is different compared to a lot of the previous cycles because the dominance is not going to reach the levels it once used to, where you see Bitcoin dominance was nearing like 100% pretty much in previous cycles. Upwards of 60, 70, and I think even before that, I don't know if this chart goes back that far on that's on the 4 hour. So on the daily you can see here. So this goes back to early crypto days, 97%. So with the increase of altcoins and everything like that, we are subject to have lower and lower Bitcoin dominance eventually. So this is actually the daily chart. So we are sitting under the EMAs as well on the daily. This is likely going to jump up above that and start riding the support here on the 20-day, similar to what we've done in the past. You can see here, we are basically here as we were about a month or two ago. So from there the dominance rose approximately 15% before it had a big run up, and that was from that was from the end of September rather. So we had a 15% run up from there. So let's take a look at Bitcoin's price now. So from the end of September, that 15% run up that we had there was equivalent to approximately 60% run up from here. So we have room for about 15% in terms of dominance. I don't see us making that big of a gain just because where we're at in the market. So let's say we get half of that. That would be a 30% gain, which would put us pretty high. You also see the cup and handle pattern playing out pretty nicely here. We're actually breaking and retesting some support here. This is like insane. We are setting the baseline now for our support at like that 63.5 mark. Just this cup and handle pattern alone gets us to 94-ish. Obviously there's some margin of error there because we're drawing on the charts, but that puts us right at the price target, right? So, and he even states there's potential for 5% inaccuracies in his modeling as well. So that would get us to kind of be something similar to here, where we hit a double or triple peaks on our RSI before we see a big pullback, and then we would see some continuation after that in December if we are to hit the 138 price prediction that we see there. So a quick little video on Bitcoin today. I think this is still playing out really, really nicely. We had a pretty solid weekend in terms of just accumulation. A couple like semi-green days, nothing too major, but we are now sitting at the price that we were at about a week ago. So that's a lot of consolidation over the last 5 or 6 days. You see the RSI has cooled down significantly, down about 10% or so there. So we have some room to rip this up a bit, get back up into these higher levels. So that could get us up into the 70K range, maybe even up as high as 86. I would really extend us on the RSI, but that's kind of our next resistance is this fib level, the 1.618. Bitcoin almost has always hit the 1.618 in every bull run, so I would expect us to be at mid 80s in the not so distant future over the next week. That's certainly possible. A pullback for a few days, and then that last run up for the last couple of days of the month, getting us into that 98K range. Once we hit that, I think there'll be a pretty significant pullback. 100K is a lot of people's number. That's their price target for everything, which I think that's a very safe time after we cross this to start taking some profits, start doing a dollar cost average out instead of in, and then you'll be able to kind of maximize your profits and your returns along the way, so you won't sell out completely and miss some major gains, but you also you'll kind of accumulate that on the run up, and then you'll be sold out hopefully by the time we peak out, somewhere between 100 and 200K, who knows, and then be ready for loading back up during the bull market, or the bear market rather. So all I got on Bitcoin today. I'm gonna have a couple more videos coming out shortly after this one. I just thought it'd be kind of interesting to evaluate the stock to flow model that Plan B has in comparison to just some technical charting. So kind of overlaying all these information sources is really beneficial to get accurate potential pricing that we have here for Bitcoin. So see us breaking 70K, potentially even by Monday or Tuesday, and then from there it might get a little wild. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully that was interesting, guys, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.